Hey, sorry we missed last week with our mini messages, but sometimes, life gets in the way. But we're back again and glad to be with you. And we're continuing in Exodus chapter 24. And we want to talk about the elders of Israel meeting God. And this is super, super interesting to me. In verse 9, it says, Then Moses, Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, and the 70 elders of Israel climbed up the mountain. So they're going part of the way up Mount Sinai. It says, there they saw the God of Israel. Under his feet there seemed to be a surface of brilliant blue lapis lazuli, as clear as the sky itself. And though these nobles of Israel gazed upon God, he did not destroy them. In fact, they ate a covenant meal, eating and drinking in his presence. So, what did they exactly see here? That's very interesting. This reminds me a lot of Isaiah chapter 6 and Ezekiel chapter 1, with the visions that Isaiah and Ezekiel had of God. So it's very reminiscent of that. But now when you talk about this blue lapis lazuli, I think is how you would say it. I'm not 100% on that. But it's a very pretty blue semi-precious stone. I had to look it up myself and look at some pictures of it, but it's very pretty. And so they saw this under his feet. So who and what did they see? Some people say that they saw part of the Father, which, Moses saw God's back, so to speak, in his presence. But I really look at this as I'm reading it, and I think this is more in the Isaiah chapter 6 mold of this is Jesus that they're seeing here. I think this is a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus, like you have in the book of Joshua, in the book of Genesis, in Judges, like you see in Ezekiel, like you see in Isaiah. I think it's the same kind of thing. So they see him. They are in his presence. Can you imagine what that would have been like? But he says there, they gazed upon God, but he did not destroy them. And they eat a covenant meal. So this was something that was done in this culture that we don't necessarily do. When a covenant was formed between two people, basically like a contract, they would oftentimes share a meal that was almost in celebration of this contract, the deal, the land, whatever they were selling, whatever they're doing. And the people were entering into this contract with God. And so they ate in his presence. God didn't participate in the meal as I think of it. Jesus didn't participate in the meal with them, but he was there, and it was a form of fellowship and recognition of the covenant between him and these elders of Israel and Moses. So it's a very, very fascinating little passage of scripture here. And I love the descriptive term of the blue semi-precious stone that they saw under his feet. It's just fascinating stuff. But we'll talk to you guys soon. You have a blessed day wherever you are.